All right, CNT140, we are working on our cable certification lab. This podcast, I'm going to do a quick overview of what you need to do for the lab so you know how to tackle the lab. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open our lab direction page right here. And let's just do a quick overview of what's here, and then I'll get into how to do each piece. First page of the lab is a little bit overview on the different types of tests you can do to certify a cable run. Take note of that. That's going to be handy later. Second page is a little bit about how you want to prepare to do the lab. You can either create a text file and just answer in that and submit that text file, or if you would like to, download this lab as a Microsoft Word or PDF and type in it, and then submit that lab. You submit the lab that way. It's really up to you how you want to tackle it. So I'm giving you some options here on how you want to tackle it. All right, part one is actually performing a cable certification test on a horizontal cable run. I have a video here that shows you how to do that. So you're going to watch that and answer a couple questions about what you're doing. I'll come back to that in a minute. Next part is looking at what does the standard call for with certification. So here is the two different tests that you might perform and what's included in them, and then what the standard calls for in our different parameters, the different test parameters. So we're going to look up the standard and what the standard calls for. Part three, looking at the certification results and finding information from the results and answering whether it passed that test or not. I have taken a sample test result and saved it as a PDF and put it in here. This is one from a semester or two ago. And I have it in here, and we're going to look for specific pieces of information in there, find out what the value was and whether it passed or not. And then the very last piece is just saving either your text file to submit to D2L, or this lab as a Microsoft Word or PDF saved and submitted to D2L. So there's our super quick overview. Let me go back and hit each piece a little bit more with you. Again, on the first page is a little bit of background information on different tests we can do to certify a cable run, permanent link or channel. Do read those. Do make sure you understand the differences between them. As we do the actual certification test, we need to select what test we're doing in the meter, because the meter needs to know whether you're doing this one or this one to know what test parameters to use. All right, part one. I have a video here. I have it linked on YouTube here. I also have it on our lab page here. But open this video. I'll open it over here, and it's literally me going through. Here is actually our certification meter, using the certification meter to test a cable run. So I talk a little bit about the meter itself, how to calibrate the meter, set it up, and then I actually do later on in here. I'll try to jump ahead a little bit. I do actually hook it up to an outlet and a patch panel that I have terminated to test. Actually, I think that's what I'm doing at this point here, and showing you the test results, what it looks like when we certify a cable run. So what you want to do is watch that, and you're answering these couple questions about how do I certify, why do I certify, and how is it done, if you will. You're just giving me some of your own words in here on what you learned as you watch that. Part two, requirements for the standard. You'll open your standard. Okay, and again, I have this linked on D2L for you as well. And we're going to look up what is included in the permanent link and channel test. Again, first page might help you out on that one. And then we're going to look up some different test parameters. What is the minimum permanent link return loss in decibels for category 6 cabling? So many decibels. What's the maximum permanent link insertion loss? Decibels, and so forth. You're going to look these up, and I give you right exactly where you're looking for them, what tables you're looking for this information in to help you out. So these are just a couple quick lookups about what does the standard call for these test results. And then down here in part three, I'm going to scroll down. This is our test result. You're going to find these pieces of information in there and let me know what it is, and then did it pass that test or not. So we'll look at the wire map, which right here is our wire map. And as I look at that, is that a straight through wire map, everything connected? Yes, it is. So that one passed the test. And it even says up here, wire map, there was a no worst case value. So that actually passed. There's a little green check mark. Then coming down, length test. We're looking for the length information, which will be right here. What was the length? Did it pass? And so forth. And we're working our way down through propagation delay, delay, skew, insertion loss, next, and so forth. Well, if I look down through here, propagation delay, delay, skew, insertion loss, return loss, here's your near and crosstalk, okay? I'm kind of working my way down this list, and down here are detailed graphs of each one of those. And real quickly on this one, if you look at, the red line here and the red line here, that's kind of your limit. So it's looking for everything in this case to be below that, if you will. That's how pretty much all these are written. There's the limit, it should be below. Limit should be below, and so forth. Okay? That's kind of how you read those graphs real quick. So I'm going to ask for you to look for a couple key pieces of information in there and let me know whether it passed that test, yes or no. A lot of the green check marks should give you a great big clue on that one. Okay? So once you're done with that, save those results, or save those answers, if you will, and then you're going to either submit your text file with all your answers in, or this lab, saved as Microsoft Word or PDF, with your answers plugged in, and submit that to the Dropbox on D2L. So that's how we're going to tackle our cable certification lab for CNT140.